Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Kia Simone, and we are here to discuss this scripted TV drama that is Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm so sick of them. This is so fake and I'm so tired of it. It's Juneteenth. I'm feeling real free. I done picked my hair out and I ain't got the energy, okay? I ain't got time for them and they bullshit. So let's just get right on into it. Before we do, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. Also, happy Juneteenth, happy Father's Day, happy weekend. Now, let's go. Child, they could have kept this or got better writers. I'm so sorry. So the episode kicks off with the guys arriving at the house that Martell has rented out in Atlanta for his wine tasting. They're greeted at the door by Mel Nika and a full sequin ensemble. I don't know what in the Vanna White hell she got going on. Marceau makes it a point to point out that there is a strong commitment between Mel Nika and Martell, that they have been friends and have managed to stay in the friend zone for over 30 years, but males seem to be Martell's thing. Clearly, something has gone down, and Marceau is letting us know. If Marceau don't do nothing else, he gonna tell everybody dirt but his own. So the guys go upstairs to get settled and they call their wives. Everybody's checking in with their wives, and you can see Tisha rolling her neck, and Kimmy is settling into her delusion, and Tiffany is happy her husband gone, and everybody is playing along. Just, yeah, all right, have a good time. Y'all going to the strip club? Okay. Don't worry about it. I'll just cry in the shower. So no sooner than they finish telling their wives everything is under control, they're going to have a good time with just the guys, there's nothing to worry about, they get dressed and go downstairs to a slew of women waiting on them. They get introduced to the women, and Marceau is trying to look like he got it all under control, but he's the main one making conversation and things. Marceau is joking about who's going to make his plate. And Maurice is in the confessional saying, dude, I don't think you want to play that game. You know Tisha ain't about to play with you about nobody making your plate. Plate fixing is a violation. Plate fixing crosses the line, because who you playing with? It's a rabbit hole I can't really go down right now. But yeah, player, go make your own plate. So they have dinner, everybody drinks the wine. They're having commentary about the wine and how much they enjoy it. And Mel Nika suggests that they play a game where the guys present their best sales pitch for the wine. Marceau starts out with a lot of intimate moments happen over this wine. This is the kind of wine where you get the best of friends together. You have a couple of bottles of this wine, talk over whatever issues you have, and by the end of the night, it's all hammered out. Yeah, the best of friends. You want to hammer it out. I bet you do, mother. Maurice follows him up. Maurice says, close your eyes and imagine who you'd like to be with, where you'd like to be with them, but there's something missing. This wine will get you over the bridge. Well, all right, Maurice. Oh, you's a quiet assassin. You sneaky with your smooth. Okay. Then here come Lewis. You had a long day at work. Why pop a bottle once a week? Well, you pop a bottle every day. You come home, you pop that bottle, you pop those legs open. What? This right here is why Tiffany running around looking for anything but her damn husband. Lewis is so corny and uncomfortable, it's not even funny. Just moving on. We see Kimmy and Tisha get together at Black to hold each other up through this trying time. They sit down and Tisha tells Kimmy that Maurice is rubbing off on her because she's starting to wear nice shades. Well, ain't that a shady backhanded ass compliment, but okay. This was Kimmy's perfect opportunity to dive into delusion. So she says, yeah, he is rubbing off on me. That's probably actually what he's doing at this very moment. He's probably out shopping, because that's what he does when they go on these boys' trips and things. He spends half his time shopping. So yeah, that's probably what he's doing. If that's what you call it. Shopping. He's shopping all right, but it ain't for shades. They shopping, club hopping, and booty popping. And Tisha's pissed that Martell decided to make his wine launch a guys only out of town event, because the guys don't even drink wine, and how is they gonna keep an eye on them and survey all of their activities if they out of town? And they start flipping back and forth between Kimmy and Tisha at the bar and the guys in Atlanta. So we see the guys back in Atlanta, they're kicking and getting ready to go out, and Martell is messing with the guys, making sure that everybody is approved to hang out. Everybody kind of starts poking at Lewis, and Martell lets it be known that Lewis and Tiffany are open in their marriage. And we see a flashback of Martell and Tiffany playing in Lewis's face about baby making. Also, if y'all hear motors and lawnmowers and stuff, that's my neighbor outside cutting the grass, and we just gonna have to deal with it, okay? Because he cuts my yard for free, and it needed to be cut today. So just bear with me. So Lewis kind of says, well, yeah, we're open to different stuff, and the guys are looking, what do you mean? What you mean open? I don't think they're open in the way that they have this bond and so they explore together. I think they're open in the way that Tiffany don't like Lewis. And so they're open so that Tiffany can get whatever satisfaction she needs through some other open channel that she's not getting from Lewis. So back at Black, Tisha and Kimmy are talking, and Tisha's just spiraling. Tisha about to talk herself into having a fit by, yeah, I bet you they going to the strip club. Kimmy is just steeped in denial. Why do you think that? Kimmy, you too old to play this dumb. Like, girl, come on. And Tisha's like, they're going to Atlanta with Martell, who is now a single man. Of course they're going to the strip club. Kimmy, I don't think so. You think so? Sure. What they back in Atlanta doing? Getting ready to go to the strip club. And as they're getting ready to go to the strip club, Martell makes a comment about, not having evidence this time, and says to Marceau, yeah, you just want to make sure don't nobody get no more pictures of your back. And Marceau said, yeah, that wasn't me. Maurice shot him a look like, please, that was you, and we know that was you. Like, does Maurice and Marceau have some kind of sibling rivalry? Because why are they outing each other? I do not understand. Marceau is who outed Maurice to prove that Maurice was there when he said he wasn't. And now Maurice is over there shooting looks like, oh yeah, I'll come around the corner looking for you. If you want brotherly love, take your ass to Philadelphia. But over here, we is exposing each other. What the hell is going on between Maurice and Marceau? That look was very telling to me. And then back in Atlanta, Tisha is testifying to Kimmy about how she is so tired of scandals and rumors, and how it used to really get to her at first, but now she is so much stronger, and she believes in her husband and her marriage, and she is not listening to rumors. She truly believes that if there's something going on, God will reveal it to her. And so until somebody comes to her as a woman, she is going to ignore the noise. Whatever it takes to get you through this damn trip. So the guys arrive at the strip club, and the first thing that Marceau notices is that Lewis is much more laid back than the other guys at the strip club. He kind of falls back into a corner. This ain't really his thing. Marceau said in the confessional, I'm really starting to think that whole open thing is more Tiffany than Tiffany and Lewis. And absolutely. So we see Martell getting a dance, and he over in the girl ear, am I gonna have you tonight? My God. Martell, if corn didn't already come in a can, you could can that shit up and sell it. It was just corny. And even the girl, you could see her look like, you know what, just this nigga, so just corny and typical. I don't think you can handle it, player. And Maurice over there, I'm be the devil on your shoulder. You should do it. And Martell, no, if I do that, that's gonna be baby number 6. Yeah, cause you dive into the deep end of stupid. When you do dumb shit, you go all the way. You don't do it a little bit. You want to do a little bit of dumb shit. You the whole 9 yards. You specialize in executing dumb shit. So then they pretend to be recreating the picture from last time, but we don't want this to get out. If y'all don't get this scripted out my face, like, y'all in front of a whole camera crew, we don't want this to get out. So we move on to the next morning, and we see all the guys get up and go downstairs for breakfast, and they're getting ready for the wine tasting, which is the main event. So what the hell was the night before? What was that just a sample of Seeking Sister Wife? Like, what was the point of bringing all these women to have wine and dinner and give commentary and feedback on the wine and packaging and everything? What was that? So the guys are sitting at the table talking. Louis is saying he had a great time. He enjoyed himself. Maurice got a hangover. Marceau done lost his voice. And they're joking about Martell being spied on all night by Melnica while he was partying, that she kept a good eye on him. And Marceau starts spilling tea once again. But yeah, the third male might be the charm. You know, you done had 2 males. Maybe the third one is where it's going to work. I get so sick of these people with the hints. Don't drop me hints. I don't do crumbs. I do meals. Okay. I don't want your hints. Just tell me what's going on. Is they hitting it? Something has happened with Martell and Melnica. Remember when she was offering to rub him down when he was in that 2 little tub and his drawers and them couple of flower petals? So the guys get around to talking about Martell being in a better space energetically, that he just has better energy and he seems to be a better version of himself. Maurice starts asking him how he's dealing with Mel. And Martell says it's difficult. And so Marceau asked him, well, what can you do differently? What are you maybe doing wrong that can be changed in order to get the desired outcome? And Martell starts going off about how, well, you know, there was a time at which I wanted my family back, but Mel has a dark, cold heart. So, yeah, I'm done with that. I don't think that's completely why you're done, but whatever helps you, you know, move through the moment. Marceau says to him, listen, you can't just refuse to take any accountability. It can't be completely about her and everything that's wrong with her. And they start arguing back and forth because Martell don't want to hear it. He said he's taking accountability for everything that he's done wrong and he ain't taking no more. And Marceau says in the confessional that he thinks what Martell's issue is Martell does not feel validated that he was done wrong too. And because he doesn't feel validated in that way, he's uncomfortable with fully taking accountability for his part because he feels like him taking accountability for his part will overshadow whatever wrong he felt was done to him. Either way, at this point, it don't even matter. However many wrongs did not make a right. The marriage has been dissolved. There's nothing to do but co-parent the kids. They are all that matters, so don't nobody care about who is more wrong at this point. Let it go, move on. The next scene we move on to is Tiffany meeting Mel at some boutique. They're out shopping and they're just going to rehash the Utah trip. This scene was so uncomfortable. Let me just tell you. Tiffany starts talking to Mel about, you know, I just wanted to thank you for being there for me for the trip to Utah so that I could really take the whole experience in. And we take a left turn into what are you talking about, hell? Where Tiffany just starts dragging Louis. I'm glad you were there for me because Louis wouldn't have been that. Mel said, you don't think so? No, because that's not his character. He's not a self-starter. I'm his ignition. I get him started. Like, he's the calm to my storm. I start him. That's just it. Mel said, okay. Mel looked at Tiffany like, I don't even know why you giving me this speech because this is your exit interview on your way out the village, but whatever, girl. Anyway, how you been feeling since Utah? How you been good? And she basically said it felt surreal. She had closed this chapter in her life. She said she wasn't going to reopen it, but she reopened it for the show. And so now she won't be able to close it without closure. Mel asked her if she planning on going back to Utah. And she said, yeah, I think I am. And Mel looked at her like, you can take your ass to that sundown town by yourself. That man done told us we was getting out by the skin of our teeth the last time. So that man standing up there turning red and breathing hard by who we need to go talk to and who might have hung us. And girl, take your ass by yourself. In the confessional, Mel said, if Tiffany wants to continue the search for a biological father, I'm here for her and I'm happy to help her, as I would with any friend. Did y'all got that down? Okay, move on. You could tell Mel is at the point where she tired of Tiffany. She don't want to be bothered with Tiffany. She ain't interested in nothing Tiffany got to say. This is an obligation for the sake of filming. So then they're looking at some little tie up top. And Tiffany says, how you gonna wear this? And Mel says, you should try it. It might be cute on you. Lewis might like that on you. And Tiffany says, yeah, maybe he'll stop being so sexually needy. Mel just stared at her. Girl, what? And Tiffany, don't give me that silence. Baby, is silence or hurt your feelings? Which would you like? She goes, you've been married. You know what it's like. Mel said, but y'all are newlyweds. What you... Mel looked genuinely disgusted and confused. Mel said, but y'all are newlyweds. What you mean? What you talking about? Baby, you can't have 10, 12-year marriage problems and a 2-year-old marriage. It's not the same thing. So she claims they're having lots of sex. It's just not enough. Girl, you lying. Because they show the flashback clip of Lewis and Tiffany having a conversation where Lewis is basically saying, I'm not getting enough of that kind of attention from you. Can we please step it up? So Mel talks to her about the love languages and asks her, have you ever really discussed with him what his love language is? Tiffany says, we've had the conversation and I don't remember what he told me, but I remember telling him what I believe his love language is. Mel told her, no ma'am, you need to have the conversation with him and let him tell you, because what you've basically done is project what you think his love language is. And that can be dangerous for a relationship because you will get down the line, things will fall apart, and you will think that you were loving them the way that they needed to be loved when you never really understood what their love language was all along. So then Tiffany starts carrying on about, there's a lot to uncover about Lewis. And Mel said, what do you mean? And she said, I just feel like any man would appreciate the strong woman that we are. And I just would like for my husband to appreciate that. And Mel said, you think he don't appreciate your strength? Well, I think some men are intimidated by strong women. So since she keeps moving the question and not having a real conversation and talking in circles, Mel just repeats everything back to her as a question. Well, you think men are intimidated by strong women, do you think he's intimidated by you? Well, I'm saying I want to know. Mel said, well, ask the question. Everybody's sick of you. Tiffany is in the confessional saying something about, I'm just grateful for Mel checking in on Lewis because you know how men can be, and, and it's just they want more and more and more, and isn't it ever enough? And, she went through this with Martell, so I'm sure she could understand. Let me tell you something. There is nothing worse than to hate you and want to be you, because that's what's going on with Tiffany. Tiffany, somewhere deep down inside, she really don't like Mel, just like Mel really don't like her, and she kind of wants to be Mel at the same time. I think Tiffany looks at who she has seen Mel become as a result of this show and, the Martell and his doings, and you want that, which has to me, you have to be some level of insane. Because do you understand everything that she traded in to have that? And I think that's what Mel is picking up on. And I think that's kind of why she is responding to Tiffany the way she's responding to her, she's kind of looking at her like, is you crazy? What are you talking about? What? It's giving very much single black female. It's giving very much, I'm going to pretend that I have the same issues that you had in your marriage so that I can follow the same path and algorithm that you've laid out so I can get to be rich and single too. I can't with Tiffany. Tiffany says to Mel in the store, the guys are in Atlanta. Lewis is in Atlanta with Martell, Marceau, and Maurice. And, you know, obviously he's not fulfilled at home. So I'm just hoping nothing happens. Mel, like, she couldn't take no more. Mel said, I really don't know what you're talking about. And we not even about to entertain that. Lewis ain't about to do nothing. We ain't putting that in the atmosphere. I'm not going to pretend that even makes sense. Girl, I got faith in you and Lewis and moving on. We move on to the guys going to a rage room to smash things up and let off any steam or frustration they might have before they go to this wine tasting event. At this point, y'all making up stuff to do, but okay. Marceau is in the rage room smashing stuff to get the frustration of his mother-in-law out. And Lewis is smashing stuff to get out his sexual frustration because he ain't getting none from his wife. So on the ride back, the guys are talking about, you know, what their frustrations were. And they get to discussing Maurice, and that Maurice's frustration was over Monster, his son. That he feels like he's not as driven and as much of a self-starter as he would like. And Martell and Marceau are trying to explain to him that that might be because he's a kid. And Maurice is saying, well, you know, why do I have to wake him up for stuff? And why do I have to remind him he has practice? Martell said, because you his daddy? He's not a Tesla. Like, he's not going to run himself. What is it? Lewis starts explaining that he and Tiffany have been really, really busy over the last couple of years building their businesses and in turn have neglected their sex life. And so Martell and Marceau start trying to tell him, bro, that's going to be a problem. You're saying it's not a problem right now, but I'm guaranteeing you it's going to be a problem. Martell said, yeah, mine started off just like yours. It was just a complaint. I was saying it wasn't a problem. And then, hey, look at me now. I'm the only single one around here. I got 5 head of churn in 2 households and might make 6 with the stripper from last night. So take it from me. It's a problem. And that's where this episode comes to an end. We see that next week, it looks like they're going to have their wine tasting and get back to Huntsville, and their wives will be waiting on them at the door. What happened? Tisha got questions. Kimmy got questions. The only one who don't have questions is Melody, who will be spilling all the tea on Melnica. Apparently, she was their wedding planner and she quit a week or 2 before the wedding and had a lot to say, I think, about Martell and his doings. So we're going to see what she's talking about next week. But that is where this episode comes to an end. That's it. That's all. I ain't got no more. Thank you, as always, for coming down here, listening to me, and letting me get it off my chest. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And in the meantime, until next time, I love you, mean it. Bye.